and it's coming to you guys this August. So we don't have a specific date yet, but it's definitely coming. So we are trying to wrap up a couple of things around the documentation, right? We need to have a documentation good enough for it. So it's going to be the beta version that'll be out. So we want to see what you guys have to say. You understand? I want you guys to use it and be like, oh, here we go, this and that. Already a couple of companies are using it and building some stuff, and we are taking into account their reviews and the rest. So I just want to show you like a couple of maybe just the very basics of it to see if it draws your attention. Are you interested in this? Are you going to anticipate its release later this August? So I'm going to take you through a few stuffs, right? So this is Zits. I have it installed, the CLI application. So to create a new application, so we could have this new app, but I don't want to create a new folder, right? I just want to use this Dolph Basics directory here as my folder. Okay. So by the way, directory and folder means the same thing, so I might use them interchangeably, right? So now Dove new dot period is going to create it in this current directory for me. So we have these, yeah. Eventually you get to know what all of these do and the rest. Okay, so it says here conversion means successfully. So to install our project, right? So yarn install. Yeah. Okay, so I'm done. I decided to pause the video, and when just done installing, you can see now we have the node modules and our yarn.log file. So with the packages, right? Now, um, so components, this is the most important file. Here we have the ports, blah blah blah. Don't worry, eventually you get to check most of all these things out and the rest. So to create a component. So a component is similar to I think like Next.js. Next.js uses modules, right? So we have components in us to create a complete component. So a component has to have the component file, the controller, the service, and the model file. Sorry to be a component, right? So now we have generates, right? Or we could just use G, the short version slash all. So because we want to create all the parts of a complete component. Let's just call it a user component, right? So you see, this creates the model service controller, then it registers the controller in the component, right? So we see here, sorry, I didn't show you our server.ts file. This is the main thing. So right now I can decide to run our server.ts file first. Let me show you what I mean. So we have yarn dev stats. If you check our package.json file, yarn dev stats is meant to call the dolph.watch. So dolph.watch is going to start. Yep. So as you can see here, Dolph app running on port 33,000. I'll be 3,300. If you look at, let me just add this here. If you look at our config file, we have this. So if I change this to 8,000. Now you see this warning, JSON limit value, this, right? So in future videos, I'll explain every other thing. I'm just, trying to show you kind of overview. So saving the dolph config.yaml file does not restart. Only TS files get restarted. So let's just restart this manually on our own. Yep. So you see the warning is out. So our app is running and that warning is out because we added the JSON limits here. So we have the components. So this is what a component looks like. We have the controller which is registered inside this component. We have the services. So in this controller, this is the user.controller file. You can see this, and it comes with a nice route user slash greet. So it comes with an endpoint already to test if it's working. We have the user.service file. It already has the model initialized in the service because services are used to communicate directly with our databases. So what we are going to do now is to register this component inside the service. So this is an array of components, and we have one component, so user components. Yep. So you see it gets restarted. And as you can see now, it detects this user controller come here. Okay, so it detects this slash user slash greet, which is a get request here. And you have 26 milliseconds, right? I think I have to underline, do I? I could. Yeah. So let me just run this project for us. So we have localhost at 8,000 slash user slash greet. So we send. What am I doing wrong? Wrong version. Oh, HTTPS. That's a mistake. Okay, so you've reached the user endpoint. As you can see here, you've reached the user endpoint. So it works well, right? And I mean, there are a couple of very interesting stuffs about this. Like so many great stuffs, you get me? So many, so many. For example, we would have routing. I think I might forget. I might forget. I'm going to check. I'm going to check it later. Anyway, so that's just a very basic this thing. So if you want a little bit more videos to give you a little bit more descriptions, I mean, come on, just comment it, and I'm going to just take you, I'll dive you in a bit, a bit, a bit into it. Thank you very much for viewing that.